Lance Tom, aka Fizz Lance, aka B-Boy Silence, aka Be Humble Lance. If you know, you know. What's up, Kyle? How you doing tonight?
AK, shut your bitch ass up, long ass
You
intro,
just told me to
cuz.
switch it up. You just told me to switch up my shit, and that's just what I thought about.
I'm fucking with you. Yeah, hey yo, welcome fam. I've been good, Lance. How you been?
Man, I've been chilling, bro. I mean, we had a great stream yesterday. A couple
hmm
homies came through talking about some music.
Oh
Man,
yeah, and we gave a little sneak peek about today's episode too, or tonight's episode, I should say.
that's right.
Yo, but before we get into it, as always, how you been, fam?
I've been chilling. I've been cool. New music came out. That new
Mm-hmm.
well, I wouldn't say new, but Party Next Door is he released like most of the unreleased songs that he did before back in the day, and he released it on the EP.
I see
So I'm pretty
that.
happy for
Is it
that.
just on Apple
Uh,
Music?
Apple Music, Spotify, yeah, pretty much. And then Black Thought just came out a new album. Just check that out. And then
Black Thought, fuck.
yeah. So yeah, pretty good stuff, man. I'm not gonna lie, pretty good stuff right now. But
Yo,
overall, I've been chilling. How about you, man? How you been?
same, chilling. Just like you said, last night we had a super dope stream, and just wanted to follow up with that with tonight with our episode. And tonight's episode, we will be talking about the Bay Area, and
Bay Area,
and yo,
like that.
as some Bay Area natives, let me tell y'all, like, I love the fucking Bay Area. I love all fucking artists. Uh, yeah, I love
Nah.
all. I
I mean,
love.
catch yourself on that, Kyle. Catch yourself on
So,
that right now.
okay, we don't claim G-Eazy. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm a little congested right now because some of the smoke in the Bay Area. Got my allergies all fucked up tonight, so if I sound hella fucked up, I'm sorry.
All
Um,
good, all good,
yeah,
brother.
but no, like I take hella pride being a Bay Area native, born and raised. Same thing with Lance. Even though he's living out in Vegas now, like he, reps the Bay all day.
Oh yeah, Bay Area's my home. Will always be ever be my home. That's how I met a lot of cool ass people, bro. That's just how me and Kyle got together to do this podcast, So if I
Yeah.
didn't live in the Bay Area, man, it'd be kind of weird, because like
Mhm.
my whole motive is being hyphy when I'm partying, being like down to earth. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the Bay is all about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, but like the Bay Area's got a lot of history. You go back all the way to the '90s, and like I say, one of the dopest rappers, the greatest of all time, the GOAT, maybe for like a lot of people, would be like Tupac.
Tupac, yeah,
Tupac's
yeah,
from the
yeah,
Bay, fam.
yeah, exactly, bro. Tupac. You got the Mac Dre's, you got the E40s, you got the Two Shorts, bro.
Man, you got
Tupac really put the Bay Area on the map, man. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? That's what I feel like.
and then you got like other like dope throwback like legendary Bay Area artists too, like MC Hammer.
Oh, MC Hammer. Yeah, he
MC
went diamond,
Hammer's from the
bro.
Bay Area.
Shit. You
Hammer
always forget
time.
about that, man, because
Yeah.
you don't want to be MC Hammer broke. You know what I'm
Yeah, 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 yeah.
saying?
But then you even got like a lot of other artists too. Like we grew up listening to like, like Mr. Fab, Andre Nicotina,
Clyde
Keith the Sneak,
Carson,
Clyde Carson, groups like
Frontline.
The Team, The Federation,
Woo!
or other
You
ones like you don't really
just dropping
hear.
bombs.
Maybe you don't hear about them a lot, but like San Quinn, Messy Marv,
Keith the Sneak,
Keith the
man.
Sneak,
The
Filthy
Sneak.
Rich,
The Jacka, rest in
The
peace, Jacka.
Jacka, Jay Stalin,
And of course, Mac motherfucking Dre, bro. Mac motherfucking
Mac
Dre.
Mall.
Mac Mall. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, the list goes
Just
on.
just to name a few, just to name a few.
And then you got like newer ones too, like who are some up and coming Bay? Maybe not like up and coming, but like they've kind of like, or I guess like the new school because we've been talking about a lot of the old school.
Hmm.
Let's say like artists from like 2010 onwards.
We got
Yeah,
I'm Sue,
got
Pilo,
I Am Sue,
Lil
Pilo,
Jon,
everyone from HBK, Sage Gemini too.
Sage the Gemini,
Um, but like outside HBK, you also had like Neff the Pharaoh.
Pharaoh. You have the Pack. I mean, the Pack was pretty popping. back in the day. Shit, Sweetie now. She's doing big things with herself. T Grizzlies, he's from Berkeley. You basically got Mozzie. I mean, Mozzie's from Sac, but he still has that Bay Area motive, like the Bay Area rap and shit. You know what I'm
One second.
saying? Gotcha. No problem, no problem. I know. Sweetie, man, Sweetie, the whole Bay Area class is really strong, you know, and a lot of Bay Area artists. We just want to talk about how Bay Area artists don't really get that much attention, don't really get that much fame. They're popping for like a year or two. They perform at Rolling Loud, they perform at all these other festivals, and they pretty much they go blank, they go missing. We always wonder why. Like, why does the Bay Area don't get enough fame like how New York artists or LA artists really promote themselves, you know? Shit, I mean, SOB, recently just broke up. So does a Bay Area artist like group wise, does it really last long? I mean, the only group that I can think of was Hyro. You know, what I'm saying Hieroglyphics has lasted so long.
Oh, yeah, damn.
He even got like a big ass festival for himself, Hyro Day. You know,
Yeah, but Hyrule Crew's legendary. They're OGs in the game.
OG, yeah.
They deserve everything they got though. Uh, but yeah, I guess just kind of getting into it. You know, since you were mentioning like a lot of new people, um, you know, my memory of a lot of these Bay Area artists, I guess, is a little fuzzy. I don't know if like that's the word to use, but
How
like
fuzzy we talking, bro?
I don't know. So like, all right, so I guess we could like the first question like we wanted to ask was like why the Bay Area can't catch a break, and I guess it's like why can't a lot of artists here from the Bay? Why is it like they'll only make? Why is it like they'll only make like a couple hits or something, or like they'll have like that one radio hit and then like maybe that'll garner like some national attention, but like are they missing something, or are they kind of missing like that it factor? Sorry, the train in the background's hella loud, fam.
That's the
But
Bay Area for you.
are they missing like some type of like it factor to like really take them on to like national level? Yo, shout out to the new follower.
Oh,
All
Zer,
right.
what's up, bro? Oh, we got NAPE. Hey, shout out to you, brother. Thanks for the follow, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, one drop
One
umbrella.
drop umbrella. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining the chat, bro.
Hey, has the Bay Area sound ever really caught a mainstream wave? Yo, so if you think back in like the hyphy movement era, so we're talking like early 2000s, mid 2000s, 2004, 2005, like around that time. I guess like the
Yeah.
biggest song to garner like national attention would be like E40's like Tell Me When to Go. But before that, E40 was already kind of like an established rapper in the 90s. Man went gold on like several different records and albums, had a unique sound. But like in the last like 10 years, if you're not counting G-Eazy, then like the biggest song I think personally, that the first one was probably Up,
Yeah,
when it was
we actually caught up break on Up because at that time, One Drop Umbrella, it pretty much there was like a lot of clubbing, a lot of partying, a lot of people were turning 18, 19 years old, so we were going like city nights and all that bullshit, you know. So it was a perfect anthem. And then we just got out of high school, college. I believe that that was our big break. You know, Up really pushed us into the next limit of the Bay Area music. You know.
you don't feel the same as far as definitely not as far as
Definitely
G-Eazy
not as
goes.
far as G-Eazy goes.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I
definitely, my
I
brother.
know.
Yeah,
I just
definitely not.
I won't get into that. I won't slander the man's name, but I'm not a big G-Eazy fan.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, he's doing wonders, but
yeah,
we just want to decipher like why any other artist has not
yeah.
been big. You know what I'm saying?
Cause right now, like if I'll be honest, the biggest artist out of the Bay Area right now, in my opinion, would be Kehlani. But that's I mean R&B and hip hop go hand in hand with each other. But like we were just kind of like thinking maybe strictly in the hip hop realm.
Definitely, and we don't like, we don't like fire off Kalani because Kalani's a dope ass artist. You know what I'm saying?
Kehlani's hella dope,
Kalani,
dog.
her just won a Grammy about I want to say last year. So shout outs to her. Like an R&B artist, we get it, man. We get the R&B artist part. but like a rapping rapper kind of part. Like what's a good rapper now that's really promoting us in the Bay Area to make us like a better sound, you know?
Yo, you know who I was like really hoping would like catch a fucking wave was
Mm.
fucking Neff the Pharaoh.
Oh, Nefta Pharaoh? You thought he was
Yeah,
gonna catch a
I
wave?
really thought because what was it the Big Timing song?
Oh yeah, big, yeah. That
Yeah,
big time is like
because that is played everywhere. Like everyone
that
loves that
was.
song.
I mean,
Everyone loves
YG
that
brought
song.
him out for what was it, the Forest Hill Drive concert. I mean, that was a big ass song. He did a remix with YG as well too,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. True,
which is
true.
pretty big, you know. So I mean, yeah, a lot of these new artists or a lot of these artists that we know and we talk about, they don't really have that much fame. Either that, they go producing or they write songs, but they really are not in the spotlight. They're more underground, you know?
Yeah, and I wonder if it's just because like the Bay Area has such a distinct sound, like that it that's maybe one of the reasons why it can't like transition into the mainstream. But everyone loves like producers beats from the Bay. Like the Bay has like the craziest production, and everyone will imitate the Bay. They will take from the Bay. Like we do so much for hip hop and the culture, but at the same time it's like the Bay doesn't get the same love as like let's say New York or LA or Atlanta in my opinion too.
Exactly. That's what I think too. I mean, because I don't know any stories about the Bay Area artists, like any Bay Area artists. You know what I'm saying? Like E40, Too Short. I know stories from Wu Tang, stories from Nas, Jay Z, and those are outside my city. And I feel kind of embarrassed to really mention that because I don't know the history of how they came up. You know, I know their cities where they're from, but what's their actual story? You know what I'm saying? I don't remember seeing a E40 documentary, a Too Short documentary. I mean, Tupac for sure, but like most of the artists that we know hasn't really got that much fame to the point where they're getting, stories written about them, you know?
Yeah, I guess basically like a lot of the mainstream media won't cover artists from the Bay Area, so you'll have to do a little like digging. It'll be a little more difficult to kind of find a lot of this stuff outside of just like listening to their music.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I guess the next question would be like who's really popping right now in 2020 from the Bay Area? Off tops, Pilo still keeping it down for the Bay.
Yeah, definitely Pilo, Sweetie. Sweetie's definitely keeping up from there as well. Mozzie is kind of hit and miss, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Uh,
believe
Ma
Mozzie's doing it big because he's like whenever he releases an album or a song, whatever the case may be, it's always in front of the page of like Apple Music and Spotify. That's my
mhm.
opinion. Like if you are still relevant in this world, your music will be in front of those pages. You know what I'm saying? So people can download it and know that you're coming out with new music. You know.
Yeah, like I mean, I guess I won't start that whole Sacramento and Bay Area thing, but like Mozzie's from Sac, but we'll still
Man,
claim him
Mozzie.
from the Bay.
Yeah, I think if you guys had to pick an artist that represents what you think the Bay Area sounds, who would it be?
Who would it be?
Uh Man, that's a hard question to run dropping, brother. I mean, shit, there's a lot of artists that represents us in a way. I mean, being practical, Mac Dre. Mac Dre is really the definition of us, bro. I mean, he had hits like Feeling Myself, Fire, Dizzle Dance, but he also like was a MC, in my opinion. He had
Oh,
a lot of songs that really spit some ill ass shit.
Mac Dre had bars,
No, yeah, Mac Dre had bars
fucking
regardless
bars.
of it.
Damn. Yo, that's a tough
You got him
question.
stumped.
Yeah, dude, you got me stumped. That's a tough question. But honestly, I'd probably say like Too Short. I feel
Too
like
short,
Too
yeah.
Short kind of like embraces, or no, it would be a toss up between like Too Short or E40, and like as I feel like that's a super generic answer, but if you really think about it, like E40, even if you don't like his like style or his raps or whatever, you got to really admire like his hustle and his whole marketing thing and the whole being independent and try to make it on your own because I feel like that's the biggest strength and like one of the biggest like weaknesses or cons that Bay Area artists have. like we're so prideful that we want to make it big and we want to do it on our own, that a lot of times sometimes the egos and the pride get in the way of like long-term success with things. But 40 figured out a way to do it, and Too Short's just kind of like that old, like, sorry, excuse me, um kind of like just like gangster, like some pimp shit, you know, just like some party shit, just like everything that like makes the Bay fun, or you think about the Bay being like hella fucking dope.
Yeah, I mean, we just want to really figure out, like, besides Tupac. I mean, of course, Tupac was like a worldwide phenomenon. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Tupac was known everywhere: L.A., New York, Detroit, Michigan, like wherever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But when we really think about the Bay, like artists like E40, Too Short, Mac Dre, they really make it happen with Jacka. Like they really
Ooh,
like bring out hyphy. Oh, Mr. FAP.
Mr.
Shit, Mr.
Fab too.
FAP.
Oh, dude, Mr. Fab was super underrated, dog. Like,
Yeah.
if I feel like, unfortunately, his career, the way it panned out, was like because of the whole hyphy movement thing, and when the hyphy movement died down, his career, I guess, if you think like commercially, it didn't really take off. But Mr. Fab's dope, dude. Like, don't ever forget, like, he used to do the grind time battles and shit like that. Like, he used to be a battle rapper, and like he had like dope bars, and just like, if you ever saw Mr. Fab live, and if you haven't, I mean, no one's seen anyone live right now, but like seeing him live, the way that he commands the stage and how he like controls the crowd, it's just fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I would say
he
like
made
top 10 live performances I've ever seen.
and Son of the Pimp, man. Son of the Pimp was like one of my favorite albums on it.
Oh,
Remember Son of the Pimp?
yeah, yeah, dude.
I love that album. It had New Oakland. Everybody knows New Oakland, bro. Like shit, New Oakland, super sick with
Super
it.
sick with it. Oh,
Bro, yeah, man,
damn.
he had bangers. He had a lot of great fucking songs. I love Mr. FAB,
Yeah.
honestly, bro. And
But going
yeah.
back to like artists right now in 2020, so we said Pilo, we said Sweetie, you said Mozzie. That Mozzie album that you sent me recently, yo, that shit slaps.
Ooh.
When I was listening to it initially, I was just like, oh yeah, this is cool. Like, this is another Mozzie, like another Mozzie album, right?
Yeah, man, I want to see Lance live. Appreciate that, brother. But that new Mozzie album, I love that fucking album.
Yo, it's all right. So if you don't know, the album's called Occupational Hazard. It's got a decent track list. This is like 14 songs, but it it was dope. My first initial listen, I was like, yeah, like I said, it was like, all right, it's kind of like a whatever album. But then like the second and third listen, I was just like, yo, this is my shit. Even like the intro, Death Callin', what else? Get Even
I
was
felt like four
dope.
four different skits.
Four Different Skits was dope. Oh, Too Much Pride,
Too
and
much pride.
and
Streets
then
ain't safe.
Streets Ain't Safe was dope, and then Living What I Know, that was also a banger too. Like, that was some real shit.
Yeah, like Mozzie's a really dope artist, and I think he's putting up for the Bay as well. Even though he's from Sacramento, we're gonna keep saying that because we want to get these facts straight. But Mozzie, it's a hit and miss for Mozzie. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple albums I didn't really like from him. Then this album I really like. But like I said, I feel like he is putting up for the Bay just because he's in that. When the album's released, he's in that thing. You don't really have to dig out, or you don't really have to be a super fan to really know his
Hmm.
music's coming out. You know what I'm saying? So, um, what I'm trying to say is pretty much that. Uh, Shit, I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Do you think Mozzie's like as big as Sweetie or
Yeah.
Pilo, or do you think like he's like
So
up, like almost up there?
like, I would say yes, but it's a different type of music because Mozzie makes like some street shit.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
know,
No
like
doubt, no
his
doubt
music
about that.
really be for like the streets and shit. But
Hmm.
you listen to it, I think Mozzie's so dope because he has a distinct sound. Like, when you listen to him, you know it's him. No one else really raps like him. No one else really sounds like him. You know,
Yeah, it's
you
like that
can't. Yeah,
raspy, gritty type of
yeah.
vibes. You know what I'm saying?
You can't imitate his sound. You can't imitate him. You know, and that's a big thing with a lot of Bay Area up and coming Bay Area artists right now, especially like dudes that are like trying to make it out the hood. You know, a lot of them are, they're rapping their life story, but at the same time, the shit that they rapping about, like, even though it's true and like it has meaning and like sometimes like it's dope, there's no difference. There's no there a lot of times they aren't trying to, you know, they're just following everyone else. They see how other people became successful, so they're following them, like literally copying them instead of like
Hmm.
trying to find their own voice, trying to find their own distinct sound. And yeah, I
Hmm.
know like that takes a while for you to like kind of find that sound, you know, but
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
you got to keep switching up. You can't be too stagnant. You can't just be like, all right, you know, like fuck it, like I'm just gonna do this shit so I can make a couple bands, and then like I'm just gonna keep doing with that, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I just I wish Mozzie was bigger. No, I really do. I mean, he's in LA, right? I think he's was you see it Houston or LA they live
I
in,
think he
right?
just moved to Houston, but I
Okay.
didn't fact check that. That's what people was telling me.
I wish he was bigger. You know what I'm saying? I wish he was like up there. I wish I see him like every day in an interview or some shit because Mozzie is that dude. You know what I'm saying? I love his music. I love like the way he rhymes. Like you said, he has a distinct voice. He's like really raspy,
Oh,
but
oh, and
I don't.
he puts out hella music too. I wouldn't call them albums. I think he's just dropping hella mixtapes too.
Oh
But
yeah,
like
I think so as well too.
he'll drop like 3 4 projects in a year, and that's crazy. What other artist right now is doing that? So you
Exactly,
know,
exactly. You know, so I mean, he's definitely putting up for the Bay. It's just, I don't know. I feel like Sweetie's taking his really his fame. You know what I'm saying? Because like of like what she's doing, of how she's doing. You know, so Mozzie's. If I had to pick, Mozzie probably be top five, my like Bay Area like rapper,
like
like
right
new
now,
age Bay,
currently, new age.
like new age Bay Area rappers. You know,
Okay,
top
so
five.
like
You know what I'm
saying
saying?
like in the last like 5 years, the most he's definitely one of the most popping artists
I
from the
like him.
Bay in the last
Yeah,
5.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with
I
you.
love him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not of course, I'm not from the streets, I don't gang bang and all that shit, but, you know, Mozzie really takes you into his world, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how I was living, this is how I hustle, this is who I am, you know what I'm saying? And for an artist, like a Bay Area artist, to really do that and bring you to his world and show you, you know, what he had to do to come up right now, I give him respect, you know?
Yeah,
I like that shit. It's like a storytelling. Like Mozzie, I think Mozzie's a storyteller
yeah,
in my
yeah.
eyes. You know what
I
I'm saying?
agree. No,
I
definitely.
listened to enough Mozzie to realize that you know he's gonna be a dope ass rapper, and it's like one of these rappers that you sleep on.
He's not
You know?
going to be. He is a dope ass
Oh, he
rapper.
is a dope. Yeah, there you go. Correction. He is gonna be a dope
He is
ass
a he is a dope ass
rapper.
rapper. Plus, I mean, I think he was going through some shit when he made this last project that he dropped, Occupational Hazard,
Ooh,
because you could tell you could
yeah.
feel like some of the
No,
pain
yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, I think 4 different skits and Streets Ain't Safe, it's really like a different kind of Mozzie, but I like the way it's going. But yeah, you could really feel this. You can
Yeah.
really feel this album that's kind of going
So
in.
next question though. So we named 3 artists that we felt was like really popping off from the Bay Area currently right now in 2020. But prior to that, so just strictly talking in the last 10 years, has any Bay Area artist hit star status?
uh
So when I say star status, I mean like A-list celebrity kind of treatment, you know, like if you saw them walking on the street, you'll see like a whole like hella fucking paparazzis and shit like chasing after him and shit like that. Or if they like attending a festival or something, like they got to be in disguise and shit. They can't just be walking around, or else there's gonna be like thousands of people just swarming them all the time.
I mean, how long do you consider star status? You know what I'm saying? Like what's star status like once they started 2 or 3 years, like, they had a good
No,
run and then
star
after that,
status is just like if you compare it to sports, if you compare it to the NBA, what's the difference between an all-star and a superstar? What's the difference between like what's the difference between like the LeBron James and the difference between who like a Clay Thompson type person or something, you know? Like like Bo super dope, like Clay's like an all-star super dope, but then like LeBron, he's just this phenomenal generational talent type thing, you know?
oh, thanks for saying that, bro. I appreciate
So it's yeah,
that.
no problem. No problem, Lance. Keep sucking his fucking
uh,
dick.
shit. So we I say Saweetie, Sage the Gemini, and I
You
believe
think
I'm
you hold up, pause. So you think Sage
Mhm.
Gemini really hit that star status?
I think so because he had like 4 songs on the Billboard charts. If we're talking about star status, I feel like Sweetie has a couple as well too. But Sage Dema had Billboard top hits as well too. He had well, Gas Pedal featuring I'm Sue peaked at number 26 on January 24, 2014.
Gas pedal was that shit.
Uh, yeah, Gas Pedal. You had Red Nose. Remember Red Nose, right? Red Nose was that shit as well too.
Red Nose was cool.
Uh, he was on that peaked at 52 at September 27, 2013. And then he had a song with Nick Jonas, Good Thing. I don't remember it completely, but that peaked on the billboards as
Yo,
well
he
too
had
at
a song with Nick
75.
Jonas. Oh shit, I
Yeah,
did not
yeah.
know that.
So I mean, like, I feel like star status when you make it is when you're on the Billboard hits. It's
Hmm.
really practical to say that, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's it. Like Sweetie. Sweetie came out the building. She had Billboard hits like My Type. That was 81, but it peaked at 21 in the next 2 weeks. That was the first
Mm.
that was pretty much the entry for Bay Area artists. That was like the highest that a Bay Area artist has hit in a long, long time.
Yo, Nate P in the chat. He said G Easy, Lil B from back in the day, E40, and maybe Too Short. Um,
I can't outside the Bay Area not have someone be like, "Oh my God, do you listen to G's?"
yo, fam, facts, facts, and I don't know, like, I just,
True. Yeah,
I,
it
I,
is true.
I just don't like his style. I don't like Jeezy's style. It just sounds like he's
I
like,
just I just think he took IMC's fame. That's
you
just
think
me,
so?
man. I think so for
Yeah, was
sure, for sure.
Jeezy ever a part of like HBK because they were doing a lot of features together back then, and I always thought he
Well,
was part of the group.
I mean, look at it this way. So G-Eazy blew up, right? So pretty
Hmm.
much they do features for him and then makes them blow up and notice their sounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, he wasn't part of HK, but look, I give props to G-Eazy for what he did,
Hmm.
but it's not my cup of tea. You know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
you.
Like Jeezy has a couple hits.
Got you.
But, like, artists like I Am Sue, Station Gemini, Sweet, like, I mean, the list goes on, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They haven't hit their peak. Like Pilo had done so much fucking work in a long time, like, it's crazy how much, like, shit we, like, found out about Pilo,
I
you know?
think, yeah, I think if you would talk about Bay Area artists like strictly like rappers, I would probably say like I Am Sue or Pilo. They probably kind of got maybe I Am Sue didn't quite hit that superstar status, but he got real close. But Pilo, I feel like now he is because they're doing a lot of behind the scenes shit too. Like when you pointed out Pilo, like you look at Pilo's discography and then you look at the shit that he produced. Like he produced tracks for like Wiz Khalifa, he produced tracks for YG, did shit with like Chris Brown, Flow Rider. Like
Yo
it's just
Gotti,
Yo Gotti.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he did, like, shit from the Furious 7 soundtrack, like, shit like this, bro.
Like
We had
it's
to really, like,
crazy.
look into it, and then he has producing tracks for YG. YG's on Still Brazy's album, Black and Brown. That was produced by Pilo, and Word is Bond, produced by Pilo. I mean, if you guys wanna go back to those tracks and we tell you this and it sounds like a Pilo track, I mean, it makes sense, and I bet with Chris Brown and Tyga, Yo Gotti's Act Right went,
Yo,
I
Act
think
Right was
yeah, I
Act
think it
Right
went
was a
double platinum
shit.
or some shit, you know what I'm saying? And About
Uh-huh.
Me with Wiz Khalifa, I am seeing the problem. Like, Pilo had a lot of shit under his belt that we don't get enough credit to. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't think we give enough credit to Pilo because Pilo is a pretty good producer, in my opinion. Is repping the Bay hard.
Yo,
You know,
so let me ask you this, Lance, and like everyone that's like watching and that's in the chat right now. Do you feel that when an artist that's a rapper transitions from being a rapper to a producer, like what's your opinion on that? How do you feel? Because like I'm not what I'm about to say is probably not how it is, but I feel like when rappers kind of make their name and then maybe they're just not as like popping as they thought they were, they kind of fall back into the backgrounds and they do a lot of shit behind the scenes, and then they kind of like
uh,
take over a lot of like the producing shit, and
mhm.
then like they just kind of get stuck there and that's it. I feel like that's kind of like the equivalent of like quitting in a way. It's like or maybe just like rolling with the blows, you know what I'm saying? Like adapting. Cuz it's like all right, like I wasn't really popping like a rapper, but like I'm a dope producer now because
Mhm.
I've been in the game for so long. I know how shit works.
The what Pilo did Act Right. Oh yeah, Nate, yeah, he did Act Right. Let me see. So going to that question, Kyle, pretty much from going to a rapper to a producer, is it really saying your career has fallen down? This is like pretty much a leeway, a easy way. I would say no. In my, I've been studying this a lot.
Hmm.
You know, like the Dream. Let's go ahead with the Dream. Okay. So the Dream was a rapper, right? He was like a singing rapper kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? So he went into producing. We haven't heard from the Dream in so fucking long, you know what I'm saying? So for that to the Dream to go back, he made so many fucking hits. You know, like Single Ladies, Umbrella. I mean, he made anthems for women, you know what I'm saying? And he's
Hmm.
doing good with the money. He's doing good with fucking money. So transitioning from a rapper to a producer is not really the fact that it's quitting. It's more like, you know what? Let me try to really push my way into the producing wire because I think producing it really explores your musicality.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, who would have thought that Pilo did it with YG? I didn't know that until I looked up this shit and also looked at his Instagram. YG's wearing his Pilo hat. So I mean, it's I would say it's quitting. It's more like let me broaden my ways. Let me be a triple threat. You know, let me be a producer. Let me be a rapper. Let me
I
be
feel
like a
that.
fashionist.
It's
You
almost kind
know,
of like that Pharrell approach because you know how I feel like you look at Pharrell's career. Pharrell's a phenomenal producer. I think he's an average or okay rapper, but then he's also like this fashion icon, this just huge like creative mind. He's
hmm
that
hmm
triple threat that you're talking about. So, yeah, I guess it's not fair for me to say that they're kind of like giving up on their careers,
yeah.
but
I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard to
yeah.
say. Like, I would love to have these artists like have their face shown a lot more than under the studio. But I mean, if it makes more money, if it really pushes him to his limits, then
Hmm.
I'm okay with that. You know, I'm pretty much okay for them repping the Bay like how they're repping right now. You know.
Yeah, facts, facts. So I guess another big thing about like a Bay Area stardom or an artist is fame and like where you would rank them in terms of popularity and success is how many festivals have they performed at. So
Oh.
I know in the hip hop world, if you compare it to like EDM, there are not a lot of hip hop festivals left right now. Like back in the day, there was like Rock the Bells, that was the biggest one, and Paid Dues. And then now the
Hey, dudes,
biggest
where's that one at?
Hey Dudes, there was one in the Bay Area, LA, Chicago, Miami, and New York.
Oh,
Pay
no
Dues
shit.
was run by it was started by Murs.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, Murs
I
used to
fucking
run Pay Dues. Pay Dues was hella dope too because like they would also I remember like they'd give a lot of chances to like up and coming new artists and shit. I remember one year at Pay Dues, they had like this straight just female Bay Area lineup where they had like all these dope female up and coming artists, and then they kind of do like one of those team backpack cipher type things. Yo, Living Legends, that's another.
Ooh, living legends. Hey, Gig 707, what's going on, baby?
Hey.
How you doing, man? Thanks for going in the chat, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, but like, so what big festivals now besides like Rolling Loud? Rolling Loud's kind of the hip hop festival. I think the only one actually,
Yeah, that Bay Area artists can really go to because it
or
was
just
it hosted in Oakland and San Jose, or it used to be San Jose, now it's Oakland or some shit, right? Like the
I
Coliseum.
think it's in Oakland at the Coliseum grounds, and they'll do one in LA, one in Miami, and I think they do one in New York, maybe
Okay,
Chicago
gotcha,
too.
gotcha.
Like they'll hit like the big cities along the coast and that. But like, so let's just go with the artists. So we talking about Sue, Pilo, and Sweetie right now. So I guess we could say like those were some of the like three of our favorites or three people that we think are really big. Uh,
Mhm.
what festivals has I Am Sue performed in?
The one I could look up is Rolling Loud
Mm-hmm.
2018. I don't count his tours or anything, you know what I'm saying? Because tours are tours.
Yeah, tours of
It's
tours.
not
We're just
really,
talking festivals like Rolling Loud,
yeah.
Coachella, EDC, or like Life is
Uh,
Beautiful, Day in Vegas.
yeah, the ones I found was pretty much Rolling Loud 2018, and I think I saw him that year as well too. So I
Rolling
mean,
Loud
that's
2018 in the Bay.
was it 2018 or 2016?
Was it in the
Oh,
Bay? Nah, Rolling
yeah, it was in
was
yeah,
Rolling
it was
Loud
in
in
the Bay.
2016.
I
Nah,
think so. Was it?
I don't fucking remember. It's been a
I
long
think it was.
time.
I think it was. Yeah, it was Rolling Loud 2018. Yeah, that's the only one I saw. I mean, that was 2 years ago, and IMC was there. He's probably with Pilo and like HBK gang
Yeah.
when they were
No,
up
no,
there.
yeah. I think it was 2018. I think you're right. But that was the only one.
Uh,
Not even like other ones like uh it's not my favorite festival, but I think one of the biggest festivals that a rapper or an artist can perform at in terms of like showing how popular you are, it would
yeah,
probably be like Coachella.
yeah, Coachella.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't performing there at Coachella as well too, unless Kalani brought him out, and I didn't really see him. But we're not really naming the artists that people brought up, like
Yeah, we're just
once
talking
again,
like they
like
were a
their own
headliner, you
steps.
know?
Yeah, their own headliners. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, IMC only did it for like Rolling Loud, but IMC has hits, man. IMC has hits, and he's not. He shouldn't be the person to be slept on. You know what I'm saying? He had hit songs like "Only That Real," "I Love My Squad," "Up." I mean, "Up." He made that beat. So just to let y'all know, Love Rants did not make that fucking song. This is why Love Rants got kicked out of HBK because he did not make that song. Hipster Girls. I mean, he had hit features with 50 Cent, Wiz Khalifa, Tyga, Dej Love, K Camp, Ty Dolla Sign, just to name a few. He was on Billboard Top Hits as well too. He was with Who Booty with John Hart, Backflip
Yo,
with Casey Veggies.
who's booty? Yo, that was a song. Sue fell off
Up
though.
was
He
peaked
did.
at
He did.
Up was peaked at number 3 on April 27, 2012. So I am Sue. I don't know why they didn't book I am Sue for that month, a lot of years when he was performing. Maybe because festival season wasn't really popping, or I don't know. But I mean, the case may be, I'm Sue really his fame really got cut short. I feel like Sue fell off though. Yeah, Sue fell off though for
Sue
sure.
did
But
fall off hard, but that's also another thing because Sue stopped rapping, or I don't really see him rapping, but he's producing a lot now. So
yeah,
that's what I mean. That transition from being a rapper to a producer is pretty common with like Bay Area artists. Uh,
yes sir. I mean, we said what we said, Pilo. Said Pilo, right?
Pilo.
Pilo actually got a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Like um diverse festivals he's been into.
Yeah, he got a
He went
portfolio.
to yeah, he got Jambalaya Festival in Texas.
I've never heard of
Um,
that, but it sounds dope.
I haven't heard of that too, but I was looking it up. It looked pretty sick.
Look dope.
88 Rising Festival. If any
That's
of you
pretty
guys heard about
big.
that,
That's
that's
pretty
actually pretty
big.
big in LA. So pretty cool. Rolling Loud as well too, and Outside Lands. So
Outside Lands is also a big
he
festival.
has he has a lot of festivals under his belt, and I don't blame him for like booking him because he makes the party going. He makes you feel like you're in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? So
I
I
mean,
mean,
man's got hits, dude. Put me on something. Same squad. Light this bitch up. Blue
we gotta like this
Hundreds.
bitch.
Boomerang.
Going to work. I mean, shit, the list goes on for him. Like I mean, a lot of people say like Pilo's overrated. He's this, he's that. He's not really representing the Bay. But I mean, if you really dig into music, like me and Kyle, like he has a lot of shit on his belt, and I really do give him the respect that he
Yeah.
deserves. Coming from a guy that I see him all the time at Pinot High School. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
We
kind of
essentially
funny.
grew up with.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny seeing a guy that you grew up went to high school with, or like seeing him around
Yeah.
that's high school and just really blowing up and on TV and on festivals and shit. So I mean, shout outs to Pilo.
Yeah. And then Sweetie.
So yeah, so Sweetie, it's a big out there. So these festivals are not really festivals; they're more like TV series. So I mean, we'll give it like the BET Awards in 2019.
Mm.
You got Rolling Loud in 2019, Wild and Out in 2020. I
That
mean,
shit was
only
on
three of them,
Wildin'
but
Out.
those are really big things. Like the BET Awards for a Bay Area artist to perform in the BET Awards.
That was pretty
That's
big.
kind of dope.
And
That's
and
pretty big.
and she
Wow.
did that shit with who? P. Pablo too, right? It was
Yeah,
like a
so
double performance.
she copied the beat Mike Tight with P Popple and Little John. So
Whoa.
she performed with
Copied.
those
I
two
think the
legends.
word you want to use, Lance, is
Oh,
sampled. She
sampling.
sampled his song.
Yeah. Sampled. Okay, sampling. But anyways, yeah. So I mean, with Sweetie performing those three events, that's pretty sick. I would have to say, from a Bay Area standpoint, that's pretty big. That's pretty
Mm-hmm.
big so far. She had hits like My Type, Pretty Bitch Freestyle, Up Now. Hit features with Jack Harlow, The Baby, Rich the Kid, Post Malone, Gina Aoki, City Girls, Quavo, Mulatto, Wale, and Dylan Francis. Not really much of a feature, more like Dylan Francis like remixed her My Type song. So I mean, it's still pretty cool that she has an EDM
That Dylan
DJ
Francis My
to
Type
remix her.
remix is fire, by the way. So
Yeah, yeah. So it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick at what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? She's I think she's been in the game. You told me about a story that she did like a car freestyle or some shit on
oh
Instagram.
yeah,
That's
so
how she blew
that's
up.
how she got popping. That's how she blew up because she made it cool. Like in an interview, she was talking about how she was just doing like the IG live things or the IG videos, and she would be always doing these freestyles or these little raps, but they would always be in her car. For
Mm.
she said it was perfect in the car because 6 7 p.m. at night during the summertime, you sit in the car, the lighting's perfect, so you record that video in your car, and like that's how she kind of like popped off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's pretty cool. I never knew that. Kyle actually put me on game on that, so that's kind of cool. That
Yeah.
she did that. And look at her now. She's like pretty big, man. I say she was probably the biggest next to Pilo as well too. You know.
Do you think like a lot of her success too comes from like how there are a lot of like there are a lot of like women right now in hip hop that are the top artists like Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B. Back then, like a year or two ago, you had like City Girls.
Hmm.
What was it? Summer Walker.
Summer Walker, yeah, yeah, yeah. Summer Walker. So, what was the question?
Nah, like because there are a lot of like powerful females that are like really popping in the rap game right now. She's kind of like catching that wave with them.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
and just much respect to her. You know what I'm saying? Just in case y'all didn't know, her mom was a video vixen.
I did
She was
not know that.
DMX's videos, Nelly's videos. Her mom's pretty bad too. I'm not going front,
Oh,
but
okay,
but anyways,
gotcha.
but anyways, yeah. So I mean, the venues and the festivals. I mean, do you think they make a difference, Kyle, when they
Uh,
perform there?
yeah, I think performing at like a big festival kind of really shows how I wouldn't say it would show off like your talent, like your skills as an artist or as a rapper, but it will definitely
Mhm,
show off your popularity because to make those headlines, you got to be popping. You got to have that following on social media and everything. Like people got to want to book you. You got to be hella hard to get and shit. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
So like
No,
I think it is like an important factor because also it's like if you're gonna sell out at like a for me if I go to a music festival and it's like a multi-day festival with like hundreds of fucking artists, right? That will give
mhm,
me an opportunity to see an artist that I wouldn't normally pay money to go see on a tour, right? So
mhm,
like if I wanted to catch her, it's like, oh, okay, well, she's performing at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. I don't got anyone else I really want to see at 3 o'clock on a Saturday. So let me go catch her. And then you hear a couple songs, and then it's like, oh yeah, she's hella dope. All right, well, next time she comes out on tour in my city or something, let me go see her at her tour, at her concert.
mm. Yeah,
Yo,
I
shout
got you. I
out
got
Kuya
you.
Senpai.
Go
Thanks.
get that by. I use the Asian Backstreet Boys. He's so stupid. Shout out to you. Thanks for going in the chat, my brother.
Hey,
That's so funny.
love you, fam.
But yeah, no, yeah, definitely. I think festivals do help the artists branch out because you never really know. Because uh, Coachella, Rolling Loud's a hip hop festival, but I think Coachella. If you make it in Coachella, I think you make it big because a lot of Coachella people are like mostly EDM, indie rock. Sometimes if they see
Uh,
your name, they'll really be like, let me check this artist out. Let's see how it goes, and that becomes their favorite artist. And they learn about the Bay Area. Then they keep going and going and going.
hmm
I think that's how it works. That's how it works a lot.
So, you said Sage is Gemini, but he only performed at the Northern Lights Festival, and that was the one thing. After that, it's kind of just like appearances in the Bay. I don't know if we should be bragging about performing at City Nights.
No, Super City.
Oh,
That was in
Super
Coliseum
City.
in Oakland. Yeah, that
Oh,
was an EDC festival, and he was like a guest there or some shit like that. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Stages on was perform like two performances. Like, it's really hard to find maybe I'm missing something, but it's really hard to find these like Bay Area artists in the festivals that they perform. You know, maybe it's like small festivals that we didn't even know about that they performed in. Maybe they performed a lot more, but you know, the main festivals they didn't have too much fame on it. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh, you're right. You're right. You're right. I mean, like, what about? Would you count Hyrule Day? Because a lot of these artists, they all performed at like Hyrule Day, and Hyrule Day is kind of like, but it's just like a
yeah,
Bay Area festival too, you know. So of course,
it's
it's
like
always gonna streamline Bay Area artists.
a Bay Area barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Like Hyrule
That's
Day's a Bay
true.
Area barbecue where
That's
everybody comes
true.
together and perform their shit. You know, so
So you just
not
gotta
to
be
be
there for
mean or not to
Valorant.
be mean or anything, but you know, I mean, if you're performing in your own city, like
No, that's big
it's
though
not really.
because
Yeah, it's still
at the
big.
same time, that's big though because a lot of times, like that could be like one of the biggest dreams. That could be the first stepping stone, like of like one of your goals. Like you go to say like one of my favorite venues in the Bay Area is the Bill Graham. If you're an
Mhm.
up and coming artist and you want to fucking make it, that could be the first step. It's just like, all right, to me, I made it if I was able to headline here at this venue, and then
Okay, okay, I see where you're going
after
though.
you do that, it kind of just like you get this fulfillment, but at the same time, like you still hella hungry for more. It's just like, oh shit, like this was dope, but what's the next step? There's so much more.
I got you. No, I definitely get that. Yeah. Okay, you put a new perspective on my
Yeah.
eyes. I
Uh,
got you.
what was the peak of each of these artists and what year? I definitely felt like we kind of talked about this already, but like IMC, definitely the early 2010s. His peak was probably like 2012, 13, like 13, 14. When did he drop
Yeah,
Kilt?
when he dropped "Sincerely Yours," or when he
Sincerely,
dropped in
Kilt.
general. I mean, all his mixtapes go from G Susie 6B. That was like
Sincerely Yours was
2010s.
cool. What about that first Kilt or Kilt 2?
Kilt 1 and 2 was Kilt 2. I remember Kilt 2 was in 2012.
Yeah.
Kilt 1 was in 2010,
Well, let's say like
I
2014
believe.
was probably like his peak, and then after that, it just like
Yeah,
hella fell off.
yeah.
Uh,
2014 was definitely his peak for sure.
Pilo, I feel like Pilo kind of peaked in 20 like 17, 2018, and ever since then, he's just been riding the wave.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, yeah, I would say that 2017, 2018, even 2019 a little bit. He had a couple bangers in
No,
2019.
yeah, he's still definitely popping. That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
like, he's catching the wave.
Hmm.
Sweetie, she popped off in like 2019. And I think after that, Icy, that was when she really peaked.
Yeah, yeah. That's when she really peaked out.
Yeah.
That icy song made it. Uh, made her like wanted, made her wanted to feel like listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So she's still riding the wave as well too. Shout outs to her. But I mean, it's like Sage Gemini or fucking who else?
I
Shit,
mean,
Sage.
like if you think of other artists like Mozzie, I think Mozzie's kind of like peaking right now. Like
Yeah, Mozzie. Yeah, Mozzie's definitely.
Mozzie's
Mozzie's
peaking
definitely
right
peaking.
now. Like Neff, I feel like Neff was like blowing up in like 2017, but then after that, it just fizzled out. And then you got like SOB, 2018 when they did the Black Panther soundtrack.
Oh
Dude,
man,
that was shit.
God.
That was hella dope. But yo, all right, pause for a second. This shit bothers me so fucking much because there's so many fucking dope groups, so many fucking collaboratives that are so fucking good, but motherfuckers always got the fucking entourage around them. It's always the dudes that ain't shit that's always trying to start shit with other motherfuckers, other people in the group because like for whatever reason, maybe maybe like the homie's not fucking with artist A,
Hmm.
but he's just still trying to act cool because he's trying to ride the wave. He's trying to like get all this fame and money, just trying to
Yeah,
be like in the entourage, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
And then artist A got a homie that don't like that homie, and then next thing you know, they start beefing, so they start saying shit in people's ears and stuff, and then that's how fucking people die. That's how fucking groups break up and shit, and that's what happened to SOBRBE,
It's a sad thing, man.
basically.
They're like the new age NHT boys. If you guys remember the
Yo,
NHT boys,
NHT Boys was
they
NHT
were
Boys was
dope,
the
man.
shit.
They were like the new age of that. But you know, as time goes on, when you're young and you're like that, you don't really know the music business, or you really are caught up with fame and shit and wants to be number one. Like it takes a toll. You know what I'm saying? That's why HBK broke up because you can't really be in a group with like a lot of stars. You got to break out. It's like it happens. It happens to a lot of people. Like the Migos. Like I have to respect the Migos because they're still in the group. I mean, they're all family, but just doing solo albums, but they're still in a group together, which is kind of crazy. You know, that's I mean, that's the
I
question
say,
that we always want to think. Like, why is Bay Area artists always breaking up? Why can't we show love for each other? You know?
yeah, like I feel like a lot of artists in the Bay Area are selfish, but I don't think there's anything wrong with them being a little selfish with their careers because you got to be. You always got to look out for yourself too. But at the same time, it's like instead of like uplifting other people and bringing them up with you, it's kind of like, nah, dude, fuck you. You know, it's
Yeah.
me, and I think that's like a little fucked up. But yeah, I mean, I think it is actually. I think about. I think it's extremely fucked up. You know, you gonna like fucking like put down your brother, you're gonna put down your sister or whatever, like you ain't gonna bring them up with you. But at the same time, it's like a loaded question. It's hella complicated because you know, if you really want it, you will go out there and you will work for it, you will do whatever it takes to make it big,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Definitely.
And if you're doing that but then your homie who's also trying to make it big, if he's not putting the same effort as you and not trying to like take all the right steps and do everything that you're supposed to be doing, yeah, why am I going to do the work for them? So I get that shit, you know.
Exactly. I mean, the Bay Area doesn't get enough love. And that's what sucks about it. Not a lot of these Bay Area artists are really promoting everybody's shit as they should because I feel like the Bay Area is not a unit. You know, I love the Bay Area so much. I love like I want the music to pop off. I want the Bay Area to be known around the world. But it's really hard for a lot of these artists to promote like promote other people's shit if they just want them if they just want themselves to be number one. You know, so it sucks. You know, it sucks to see your city go down, like music wise. You know, like we always wanted that shit to be popped off.
Yeah, dude, it's like I hella wanted hyphy movement to succeed and then it didn't. It died off. And then I wanted HPK gang to hella blow up and be the next big thing. It didn't. They fizzled out for whatever reason.
Mhm.
In house beef or whatever. I wanted enough the Pharaoh to hella blow up and pop off. Didn't really, kind of just stayed like local. I really wanted SOBRB to be the next fucking big thing. Didn't. In house beef, dudes from the different cliques just not fucking with each other. Snitches.
It sucks. It really
It's,
does suck. Like, why can't we just all be a one big happy family? Why can't we? Why does we have to one up somebody? You know, this is we're
I
helping
mean,
each other out.
it.
You
This
know.
shit's been happening for a long time though. Like Mr. Fab, he did an interview on the Juanette podcast, I think like all the way back in like 2014. And when I was listening to it, they were kind of talking about like how come the hyphy movement didn't really take off because that shit was like banging in other clubs in other cities. Like it was hella dope in Miami, it was hella dope in New York, it was hella dope in Jersey. Like they were playing that shit in Chicago, they were playing that shit in Houston, like they were playing
Hmm.
that shit everywhere. They were even playing that shit in LA. But
Hmm.
it didn't take off because there was too much in-house beef. There were too many artists from different cities that just weren't fucking with each other, or the fucking crews weren't fucking with each other for whatever reason, you know. And there was just a lot of petty shit, and you know that's what he left it at. He didn't go into more detail with that,
Hmm.
but I feel like that was just like that was like the stupidest shit. Like when I heard that, like that made me so fucking sad. You know, it's just like I think at the end of the day, it's pride and ego.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, that's what the Bear. I want. I don't want to say that's what the Bear is all about, but
oh, we're
when it
hella
comes
prideful
down
out here,
to it,
dude.
yeah. I mean, shit. I mean, we all want to be number one. We all want to make it.
Yeah.
The Bay Area is the
So,
hard. I think the Bay Area is the hardest city to really make it. You know?
oh, absolutely. Um, with the next question though, I guess what will it take? What will it take for an artist from the Bay Area to make it big?
Oh, this.
Comparing them to like artists from other cities, like you know, because we don't live there, I guess we can't really say the same. So we don't really know what's popping in the streets. But what's the difference between an artist that's from the Bay Area versus an artist in LA? And say why are people in LA showing their resident artists so much more love versus like out here in the Bay or vice versa or whatever, you know?
It's a tough question to ask, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
Like why didn't Nef the
w-
Pharaoh take off like YG took off? Maybe that isn't the best example because but
Yeah, like I am too. Why didn't he take off the way he should? Maybe because, like I said, Jay Z took his fucking fame, or what's it gonna take? It's a hard question. Like, what is it gonna take? Is it gonna take like producing music each and every time, promoting yourself? Like they're doing so much already.
mhm.
They're probably tired as a motherfucker, and I don't think nobody had a big huge break. Like I don't. A big huge break to me is basically like you see them on interviews all the time. You see them on TV. Um, they get invited to the Breakfast Club. I think that's pretty. That'll be pretty big. They get
Oh,
invited to the
pretty.
Breakfast
That's super big. Like if you do an interview on Breakfast Club, 97 or 92.7 or whatever with Ebro, or you'll do like Sway in the morning, or you'll do
Yeah, I mean
like Power
those are the
106.
those are the big timers, and I feel like, well, okay, so in order to be big, I think you have to really take your pride down. I think you really have to like be like support each other over and over again. You really have to be behind the Bay Area. Or else if you're not behind the Bay Area, there's not much you can fall back on or some shit. So um, I mean, going back to artists that I promote, a lot of these artists that I promote, they're all from the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see a lot of people that we grew up with that are really promoting their shit except me. I'm not like tooting my own horn or some shit, you know what I'm saying? But if people were like me, posting their music every other day or promoting the shit, wherever the case may be, I mean, they'll pop off more, I believe. You know what I'm saying? So it's really all about the city, really
Um,
promoting, really every artist promoting their shit.
yeah, and like I wouldn't like blame anyone for like really not doing much this year in 2020 because 2020 is a fucked up year, so like everyone gets a pass
Yeah,
for this year, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
But
definitely.
like, but even promoting on social media and everything, like the algorithms changed and shit on Instagram. Remember how Instagram back then, it was it was like whenever someone posted something new, you'll see the newest shit at the top of your feed, and then you have to keep scrolling down to see some old shit, or you'll have to go on a person's profile. But like now,
Mhm,
if I go on Instagram and shit, it's like, oh, this looks hella dope. When was this posted? Oh, this was posted 3 days ago. Why do like
mhm.
that? It's all about the interactions with people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's really just about promoting your city. I
Hmm.
mean, that's how we're gonna get big. It's for supporting each other,
Yeah.
supporting each other like New York has supported them. You know?
Yeah. So you said it's maybe kind of letting go of egos or like not being as prideful. I agree with that. I also think it to be successful, to be like a big megastar, superstar, there are a lot of different things that you have to excel at. You have to be excellent at everything. You can't just be excellent at one thing.
Mhm,
Like yes, of course, the music's the most important part. Your music's got to be fucking dope. But then besides your music, how are you dressing? What's like your fashion like? What is your marketing like? Who's handling your social accounts, who's handling your Twitter, who's handling your Instagram. Do you have is your manager hella dope? Is your manager helping you find other people to like work with? Like is your shit like really bumping in the streets? Like are you strictly just being played on the radio, or like you know you think you dope because you got the one radio hit, but you go into the club and the club's not playing your shit. Like, what are you doing for your promoting? Like Lance said, basically, your promotions and everything. I think with everything kind of being like in a digital age, you kind of forget about how people do it back in the day. Literally selling mixtapes and shit out of the trunk of your car you know
yeah.
sometimes it has to like go back to that. Sometimes you gotta get out there and do that gritty like dirty work again.
Yeah,
And
I
I think
mean,
that's
it actually goes back to that interview you sent that to me with the radio. I forgot it was like 106 KMEO or some shit.
yeah.
They're saying that, why are 106 KMEOs not playing the Bay Area music so often? Why are they not putting new artists onto the radio anymore? I think they do. It's just the fact that they put it at midnight, 1 in the morning, like, come on, who listens to
Yeah,
the
like
radio at
some bunk
fucking
ass hours at like 3 in the
that
fucking
fucking
morning.
time? Like, that fucks up the whole genre of it, and, you know, you can play Migos
Mm-hmm.
20 times a day on that radio,
Mm-hmm.
right? But you don't listen to another new Bay Area artist for, like 3 minutes,
Yeah.
right? 3 minutes is all you need, like, they always give us bunk ass hours, they really don't give us, like, the prime time, like, 5 to, like, 9 or 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's it sucks that even the radios don't really support Bay Area artists like they should, you know, like because that's their city. That's the way. That's their whole like moneymaker, you know, like the new artist kind of thing. And if like a new artist like has a new song each and every day, that'll be sick, bro. Like you'll really find out about new artists each and every day. I mean, I know a lot of people don't listen to radio a lot, but I mean, like maybe that one guy that turned the radio and he listened to fucking Mozzie, and he's like, I don't know, from somewhere else. He's like a tourist, and he listens to that, and that's his new favorite artist. Like that could really be a it thing, and then he tells his friends, and his friends tell his friends. Like it's really word of mouth, you know.
Yeah. And like to go off on that, yeah, I agree. I think it's a little fucked up that like radio stations and shit they aren't kind of looking out for like the local people too, you know, a lot of the local talent, a lot of the dope artists coming out from the Bay, especially from like 106. When 106 used to have street teams, they used to have people coming out. I remember like, you know, back then they used to have like people out there with like the clipboards and shit and like Berkeley and San Francisco, like asking people about like their favorite music and who's up and coming, who's popping and shit. You'd also see like the 106 crew, you see them in like clubs, you see them in like 1015, or you see them over at like Kelly's Mission, Kelly's Mission Rock, or you see them at like Temple and shit on like hip hop nights. Like you would see them out there, you would see them
Yeah,
like listening, see how the crowd reacts to like certain people. But at the same time, you know, it's also not their job to do that. It's up to the artist to like kind of go out there and push their shit, you know? Like
but it does help.
yeah,
It
it
does
does
help.
help. Like for instance, there's this beef going on with Filthy Rich, another another dope rapper from the Bay Area, and he had beef with uh the CEO of Thizzler.
Mhm.
And basically the beef was like, oh, you know, like all these artists that I'm like sending to you, all these people that like I'm putting on, like you aren't paying them from like their YouTube views and shit like that, right?
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
the Thizzler CEO Mike, his name's Mike's talking about, it's like, no, it's not my job to pay these people, it's up to the artists to know how to handle all those like APIs and shit. It's up to them to know how to sign up and like monetize all their videos and everything. So whenever someone clicks on their YouTube link or watch whatever, like they'll get fucking paid. It's not his job to fucking show artists how to do that. It's up to them to know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? And at
That's
the,
true, man.
and
It's
at the
just
same time, he also said that it's like if they don't know how to do that, they have to know how to ask questions. They know how they you need to know how to put yourself in a position to succeed. And if you don't know, you need to learn how to ask, because if you don't ask, you know that saying, like a closed mouth don't get fed.
ooh, okay, okay.
You
Yeah,
know, like
I see
it's
where you're going. I
it's
see
some
where you're
shit like
going.
that, you know. So
Yeah.
it's wild, yeah, you know, like 106, like, you know, don't want to talk too much shit about them, but you know, at the end of the day, they're a company. Their job is to play hits and make people tune in, right? And at the
Yeah,
same
yeah, yeah.
time, they should also realize that, you know, if they should pay homage to the roots and where they came from and to the Bay Area. And they should also do a segment where they put people on. And when they do that segment, it shouldn't be at like 2 in the fucking morning when no one's listening to the fucking radio. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, brother. I know exactly what the fuck you're saying. I can hear it in the tone of your voice that you're sick
Like
of this shit as well
it's
as I am.
it's some shit. But yeah, I don't know. To answer the question originally started, I'm not quite sure what it is, but there's something about like that it factor that I feel like Bay Area artists are missing, or maybe it's just some drama, and maybe it's like what Lance said, maybe it's just a pride thing. You got to kind of learn to let go of the pride for you to like really succeed. But at the same time, you know, we're not telling you to go out there and like suck some dude's fucking nuts to fucking make it big, you know? Like you don't got to fucking do that.
We
But
just don't know the hit factor.
yeah,
It's
but
just crazy.
If you out there thinking like you the best fucking rapper in the fucking world and you too fucking hot to work with like someone else and some shit, you know, and like you just gonna make it big off that no fucking features, like yo dog, maybe there's something wrong with you. Maybe it's not the game that got fucked up that like fucked you up. Maybe like you're fucked up.
Could be, brother. It could be.
So with our
Definitely.
final question, before we we kind of just go super off topic about things, do other artists, cities, or whatever steal from the Bay Area?
Yes,
Yes, I agree. 110%. People be
no
stealing
doubt about
shit
that.
from the Bay all the time. Fucking
Yeah.
lingo, our fucking style, just like it goes
Our
on.
music,
Our
our
music.
music. I mean, yeah. I mean, DJ Mustard. Let's go example for DJ Mustard.
Oh, don't be
Do you think he's?
reigniting any type of beef, man. They squashed it already. Just saying.
Do you think DJ Mustard stole from the Bay Area? Yes or no? This is Mr. FAB was like really beefing about Mustard. Do you think that, Kyle? Do you think that he stole from the Bay? Like the whole like clapping and like hyphy kind of type vibe, like type of music. Like if you could think all of his like all of his music that he's put out, do you think that it reminds you of the Bay a lot?
Yes, but at the same time, it's not like he never like showed the Bay love. It's not like he didn't he didn't work with people from the Bay and shit, you know?
Hmm.
Like I can't say that he straight stole from the Bay because at the same time he also kept it real with the Bay. But
That's true.
that
Him and
beef
Mr.
between like Mr. Fab and him, that's between them.
And I mean, there's another song that literally took word for word from D-Lo. Tigers, YG, and Blueface's Bop. You heard that? Y'all already know that, and we don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, that's true.
You ever heard of that song?
But then at the same time, Tyga did that song with D'Lo
Did he?
after. Yeah,
He got. Oh, did he get like a thing?
they did a song together. It was like "Get Her" though, or something like that. Or
Oh no, shit! I didn't know that.
yeah,
That's kind of funny, but man, like yeah, I mean, people are not. It's flattering. Let's just say that. It's flattering for them to
I guess that's
really
the polite way of putting it.
like fucking with us, like the music wise. So I mean, I can get where they're coming from, and I mean the Bay. I'm not mad at that. You know, I'm not mad at that because the Bay Area is where the fuck it's at. It's where the sound's at. You know, so if they're fucking with us, I mean, it'd be cool, but you have to give credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? You can't really make a song and act like it's yours like that. Remember that Black China song that I showed you with "Kick the Sneak" and "Too Short"?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Yeah,
was
so I
crazy.
mean, she did it with "Keep the Sneak" and "Too Short," like, but it was kind of weird. Like that.
Hmm.
That's my word song. Like it's kind of catchy, but at the same time, like I don't know. I mean, I guess people know now that "Keep the Sneak" made that originally from that song. Um, but I mean, yeah, I do agree with that question. Like artists do steal from the Bay a lot, pretty much. Sometimes they don't give credit, sometimes they do. But we still haven't been popped off yet, and that what sucks about it.
I mean, with that, yeah, they co-signed it, and Too Short wrote all her bars, and she fucking gave them probably like 100 G's each to be featured in the music video, so she gets a fucking pass. So at the
Yeah,
end of the day, they got fucking paid, and I can't be mad with that. And for her
definitely.
to just, I mean, yeah, if the two OGs from the Bay co-sign you and let you just use their fucking beat and have them fucking write the song, that's pretty much a song from the Bay, you know.
True, true, true. I got you
Um,
on that part. Yeah, shit. I mean, but like I said, Bay Area is the home,
who else? But
and
like
definitely.
last night in our stream when we are going in on Drake, when we
Oh, the
were
model video.
stealing lyrics from Lil Rap and Forte,
Oh my god, dude, the model video is like the worst rendition of the Bay Area.
dog, that mono
Golly,
video
bro.
was straight disrespect. The whole entire thing. Had Mac Dre's
Yeah.
mom in there, and I thought, all right, yo, dude, like this is gonna be dope. This is gonna be what's up. See him driving on the Bay
No.
Bridge. All right, okay, whatever. Golden Gate Bridge. Oh, cool, whatever. All right. Oh, yo, dude, I see Too Short. I see Mr. Fab. I see E40 in the back. Oh, okay, that's dope. Yo,
Nothing.
what else? What else is there? Nothing. Driving around. No fucking turfers. You know, Bay Area is known for fucking turfing and shit. No fucking turfers. When turfing was
Tiger
hella fucking big in
wearing
that.
a
Oh,
Tiger wearing a
dog,
Dodgers
don't.
jersey. That shit was
How
funny.
the
That
fuck you
shit's
gonna
funny.
come to San Francisco, make a song that's like dedicated to the fucking or shout out the Bay, and you're gonna
Yeah.
be dripped in fucking Dodgers gear? That's how you get fucking stabbed. I'm surprised someone didn't stab Tiger for that shit, dude. Like
I'm
that's
surprised
how
at
you
that
get your
too.
shit stomped out here.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely, man. Definitely. But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of renditions of the Bay Area that we like follow, and me and Kyle. Well, I asked this question to Kyle yesterday. What is a perfect music video that really represents the Bay Area? Have you ever figured out the answer yet, Kyle, or not yet?
Dude, I couldn't. I
I
felt I felt like you picked the perfect one.
Yeah, SF Anthem. If you don't know
Yeah, by
SF
San
Anthem, you're from the
Quinn.
Bay Area. I don't know about you, man, but because that song really represents the city, like San Francisco, the Bay Area, the whole Bay Area thing. It only talks about San Francisco, but I mean, shit, that's really that video. You know what I'm saying? I think Up Now. Somebody said Up Now by Sweetie really represents like Oakland. Um, like the whole nonchalant of like going to the Coliseum at Bart, pretty much that. And yeah, I mean, shit, we have. I mean, pretty much if you think about it, we're in the MCU universe because Black Panther was really originally in Oakland. So I mean, that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
that was super cool. Um, but when you asked me that, I played like what is it? The hieroglyphics, like You Never Know, or the
Mhm.
93 till the Souls of Mischief, 93 till Infinity. Like those weren't
Yeah.
shot in the Bay Area, but I felt like that kind of like that energy, those vibes, or that
Hmm.
song with like Guapole, like that embodies kind of like the hip hop sound and what we are as the Bay Area, because the Bay Area is this big melting pot of different cultures, different sounds and everything, and like that's what makes the Bay Area so fucking dope, you know?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, brother. I mean, there's a lot of representations of the Bay Area, music wise. Music wise, I love the Bay Area. I mean, there's no place like home. I mean, it's really practical to say, but there's no place like home. You have, I mean, artists like that people don't know, like the Jacka, Andre Nicotina, Frontline, the Pack. I mean, artists that like it's really like hidden, but they're like super slaps. Like it's it really makes me miss home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are the songs that I listen to when I really want to like really want to feel home again. You know.
Facts.
Bay,
Facts.
Bay, the Bay Area is really like a whole melting pot of like diversity. I feel like so to come from the Bay Area, it's really I'm proud to come from the Bay Area. I'm proud to represent the Bay Area here in Vegas. A lot of people don't know a lot of these artists. I'm glad I could put them on. Because that's home and that's the music in the Bay. It's classic, definitely classic, man.
It's timeless, dude. It's dope. But
Definitely dope.
in conclusion, basically, I guess what I want to say is no one can really deny the unique sound and talent that resides in the Bay Area. But for whatever reason, it seems that a lot of people will just be more down to steal from us, or maybe stealing is like too harsh. Borrowing.
Borrowing.
Borrowing. Maybe a lot of people rather just borrow from us,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
and kind of just elevate themselves versus kind of, give credit where credit's due. And I think that's fucked up, you know.
Oh yeah.
But it is what it is. At the end of the day, this is the Bay. We know what it is. Like, we know how dope artists are out here. We know how dope it is out here. And for everyone that always be like biting off us and everything, fuck you. Like,
I
straight
mean,
up.
who knows? Who knows? Next year, maybe something will blow up. A new Bay Area artist will blow up, or next 2 years, next 3 years. we don't know exactly the time frame, but I mean,
I
if a
think
new artist comes and breaks out, that'd be great, you know?
I think 2021 will be a crazy year, especially for the Bay and just music in general, because there's just there was a lot. This year was pretty much like as crazy as this year was. There was a lot of there's so much downtime, and you know you could have used this time to make new music, do things, work on different projects, or finish projects that you started, whatever. And like you never know. And then as soon as the new year starts, once people say that things are going to go back to normal, don't know things will go back to normal, but if they do, you got all this shit that you could just drop out and just unload on everybody, so like I'm really looking forward to like all the new music that will come out.
Definitely, man, definitely. Hopefully 2021 be a good year for us in general.
I think 2021 would be a good year for us.
We'll
Hopefully.
see. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Anything you want to add, talk about before we close out this episode?
I think we covered every basis that we can in the Bay Area, you know?
Yeah.
We just gotta keep fighting.
Yeah.
Just gotta keep fighting.
So everyone out there, if you're an artist and you're trying to make it big and everything, like basically, in my opinion, what the key to success is just consistency. You stay consistent with what you do and you never give up on what you want to do, and you always strive for greatness. You can't do anything in life without goals and ambition. And for you to achieve those goals and to realize your ambition requires discipline. So, keep grinding, just keep your head down and just keep pushing, fam.
Definitely. Definitely, man.
Yeah. And and with
Oh,
that,
and we have another new follower, 37 followers now, so we need 13 more for our giveaway, bro. Just letting you
yeah,
guys know.
very important. We trying to come up too, guys. So yeah, at 50 followers, right now the goal is 50 followers on our Twitch.
Yeah.
We're 13 followers away, and once we hit 50 followers, we will be doing a giveaway. We'll be dropping a sticker pack. We'll be mailing out a sticker pack and a vinyl.
Yeah.
From
So I
Lance's
mean, stay
personal
tuned.
collection,
No,
autographed.
I'm not going for my personal collection. I don't like you saying
Autographed.
that. Oh, autograph. Yeah, I'll autograph it.
He'll autograph a vinyl from his personal collection with a LeBron James rookie card.
No, 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 no. Relax, relax with all that shit. Don't put that shit out there.
Yeah, and then after 50 followers, we plan to do another one at 100. Then after that, it will be every 100. So after 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 followers, we will be giving out a vinyl every time, plus some other goodies, and you'll see some merch in the future.
Yeah.
So that's super exciting.
Keep hitting that follow button.
Yeah.
Subscribe to us. Pretty much push us.
Like,
To
comment,
everybody
subscribe on
following
our
us,
YouTube
bro.
channels and SoundCloud too.
Yeah,
All of our
definitely
socials are in the bottom. And tune in next week. On Wednesday, we have a more chilled, laid back stream where we kind of just play some music, introduce new artists, and yeah, fun time. Fun
so
time.
check us on our chill ass stream. Chill ass streams be cracking.
Yeah.
The chat be cracking. It's crazy.
And do you wanna give a little sneak peek for our podcast episode next week, or you just wanna keep it under wraps?
Yeah, why not, man? Let's
So
next episode is
New York rappers, the Mecca,
New
where
York
it all
rappers.
started. We
Oh,
love the
yeah,
Bay.
definitely.
We love everything about the Bay, but at the same time, we gotta show love to where it all started. We gotta honor the greats. And plus, me and Lance fucking love New York hip hop, so it will be a fun episode.
Ooh, definitely. I can't wait. This is probably be a favorite episode of mine. Rappers.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, since like the hip hop duos one.
Oh yeah, that's
right. But with that, guys, you can catch me on Instagram at SenseiVo, or you can follow me catch our YouTube at It's Vo though, or SoundCloud at It's Vo, and you can catch Lance at
There's Lance on Instagram, bro. That's
yeah.
all you can catch me
Or if
on.
you want some raunchy shit, you could DM him for his Twitter.
Wow, wow, wow. Come on,
Okay, I'll take it away.
man.
All right, and with
All
that,
right.
fam, have a good night.
Good night, guys.